What's going on, everyone? This is your host, Mr. Everything, and today I wanted to talk about a very, very, very important topic. I wanted to talk about Blu-ray versus streaming. Now, really, which one is superior, okay? There is a clear winner. People think it's this, people think it's that, but you know what? I say different. I say this is an actual competition, you see? So today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons. Should you do streaming? The pros of streaming. Then the pros of Blu-ray. And from there we can, talk about some examples, etc., etc. And then at the end of the video, we will decide which one is quote unquote superior. With that being said, let's get started. So the first one I want to start with is actually streaming because, well, let's be honest, it is the most popular slash accessible form of media around, right? Streaming has actually overtaken music. It has overtaken video games, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective. And yeah, streaming is extremely popular. It's extremely popular with the masses, aka the general public, right? Your do-goody dad and your hardworking mom after a long day's work, right? They're gonna be wanting to go home, probably wanting to watch something. Well, what are they gonna do? Rent something like a schmuck? Probably not. What they're gonna do is they want instant gratification, right? That's the world we live in, okay, guys? They are going to do streaming, okay? Hey, what is this movie? Hey, what is this? What is that? Maybe it's a property they know. If not, maybe they'll take a chance on it, right? Which leads to the second plus of streaming. Remember, the first plus, if I haven't said already, the first plus is instant gratification, okay? Accessibility, okay? The second is finding hidden gems. I think this is very important, especially for people who love movies. I think streaming is somewhat of a positive, even though it is killing the theater industry. Let's be honest here. With streaming, you can find hidden gems, essentially. For people who, never really watch these type of movies, they might see it on Netflix and say, well, this movie looks great. Great example is, I don't know, Mystic River by Clint Eastwood. I've never heard of that movie. I clicked on it. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I quite enjoyed myself, and I am a fan, right? Another example could be, I don't know, Uncut Gems, right? If that comes out on Netflix, which it should be, let's be honest, that movie is not going to do well in theaters, unfortunately, because, Star Wars, The Juggernaut, is out in theaters right now. I think if Uncut Gems or these smaller independent films were on a streaming platform, I think that would be beneficial towards the people responsible for making the movie, right? Another thing about streaming is different platforms, aka different options. Streaming is available on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Crackle, Apple Plus, Disney Plus. So really, whatever your interests are, whatever type of TV media you consume, whether it's something for the kids, you have Disney Plus. If you want something for anime, you got Crunchyroll or Funimation. If you want originals, you can go to Netflix. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Really, you have options, okay? And when we talk about some of the cons, these options can be quite detrimental towards your bank account. Okay, guys? So, let's talk about Blu-rays, okay? So I think most of you guys think that streaming is the obvious winner. Well, no, guys. I say different, okay? So, Blu-rays, for one, once you purchase the Blu-ray from whatever you buy it from, Best Buy, a pawn shop, whatever, that Blu-ray is yours, okay? It's not like buying a digital purchase. It's yours, but really it isn't, because if you lose your account for whatever reason, if they shut down, kind of like what they did for that one digital platform, Voodoo, I believe it's called Voodoo. They canceled that. Once you purchase that Blu-ray disc, that Blu-ray disc is yours forever, right? No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? So the first plus is the physical property is yours. Okay? You can keep it in your collection, quote unquote. The second plus of Blu-rays is obviously the picture quality. Now, picture quality may not be important to some, but it is important to a lot of people. A great example of great picture quality is the entirety of Game of Thrones on streaming compared to Blu-rays. The Blu-rays look fan-freaking-tastic, but on streaming it looks blurry, messy, incohesive, and really it looks like I'm watching it on DVD. You know what I mean? If you're paying $12 a month for HBO Go, that really is unacceptable. Yet nowadays you can get Game of Thrones season 1 through 4, at least season 1 through 4, on Blu-ray for $10 each. And they're yours, and they're in HD Blu-ray quality. Okay? So that's another plus of Blu-ray. A third plus of Blu-ray is the restorations. Now, what does that mean by restorations? Well, certain movies are so old that they look quite terrible in any other format. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a great example of The Godfather. I love The Godfather, one of the greatest movies of all time. However, the movie looks like absolute trash on DVD, VHS, TV, or streaming. The only and best way to watch The Godfather is the Blu-rays, aka the Coppola restoration. Why those Blu-rays specifically? Well, I'll tell you. They went through frame by frame and restored each and every image so that it looks up to date at least. I can tell you right now, the Coppola restoration looks amazing on a smart TV. It looks amazing on a Blu-ray disc. It looks terrible on streaming. It was on Netflix the other day. It looks mediocre at best. So already Blu-rays have that advantage against streaming. So, in the end, what do we got? Okay. Personally, Blu-rays should always be superior. It is on physical media. You keep the property, and most likely the older movies such like Godfather, remember older animes like Yu Yu Hakusho, they require restorations and they look fantastic on Blu-ray. Streaming cannot duplicate that. Streaming depends on a plethora of factors. It depends on your internet service. It depends on if you paid your bill on time. It depends on your TV, etc. All these outliers. With Blu-rays, it is somewhat simpler. On the other hand, on streaming services side, it is simple to just click your remote and you can watch whatever media you want. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is power. That is instant gratification right there. Even though, sure, it takes a little bit of time to put the disc in the player, it doesn't beat seconds of endless entertainment, right? Hours, days, years of endless entertainment. Now, again, we're streaming. Simpler. However, there's so many options that really you'll be paying as much as cable if you get multiple streaming services. Not only that, but really most of the streaming shows are not the best quality. That's something to really look at, you guys, when we have future discussions. The streaming shows are not I'm talking about the originals, okay, guys? They do not have the best quality TV shows. This is just a fact. I'll make a video of this later, but the streaming services, they don't give you that much quality. At least with Blu-rays, you can really, choose what form of media you want to purchase, because you're making that choice, right? So, personally, I prefer Blu-rays. But really, for the general population, let's be real, guys. Streaming is king. Streaming will take over movies. In terms of, they're not gonna be independent movies in theaters. Theaters are dying. It's easier for people to consume, and you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. You know why, guys? Because people who want the Blu-rays, we can still buy Blu-rays. You know what I mean? Vinyl is still around for some reason. I think cassettes will eventually make a comeback, such as everything in this world. 80s are still alive. I feel like 90s within a decade or two will be popping, right? It won't be cringe fest anymore. So let's put it like this. If you care about quality, if you care about having a collection, if you really love the movie, go with Blu-ray. But if not, just stick with streaming. I think you'll really get a lot out of it. But I do recommend just sticking with one. If you have a family, Disney. If you're by yourself, I really recommend Hulu. Hulu has great TV shows, and it's cheaper for the price. Netflix, in my opinion, is a bit overrated, but I digress. So with that being said, this is Mr. Everything. It's just a little bit of a rant. Please leave your comments down below. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Really, I do. I appreciate your time. Thank you, and please have a great day, guys. Be safe. Bye-bye.